All right, I'm here with the Comcast boys. The girls have left, and George, Scott, and Frank have played a big role in doing something very unique in the marketplace, where they're not just out attending a social media conference, they're not just tweeting, they're not just blogging, they're actually bringing nonprofits here to share, give back, if you will, some of the good learning from Comcast back to the community. So, Frank, I think you were one of the originators of this idea. I mean, what's going on here?
I still don't know. It was such a
Stand over a little bit. We got a
idea.
little sun here.
It was such a little idea that to do something to give back, and it was part of a little project. I mentioned it in a meeting, and the next thing I know, we have a huge website. We have 500 people watching online. George has done an amazing job, and Scott has done an amazing job of really putting this thing together. Just very excited about it.
And Scott, you're like the big blogger for Comcast, relatively new, and
Yes.
so what's the big unmet need? I mean, do people really need this advice?
Do people need this advice?
Yeah.
I think nonprofits especially need this advice because they have smaller staffs and smaller budgets, but they still have big causes that they want to get out there and get the word out. And social media is an inexpensive way to get your message to lots of people. So that's what we're trying to help people figure out how to use and what the best tools are.
And do you agree with your colleagues, or do you have something to add to
I
this?
think it's absolutely true, but we saw it happening. We were actually checking out the live streams online from Twitter.
So we had real participation.
There was not only real participation, there was people actually going out and helping these causes raise more money while the event was happening. So it was pretty impressive.
And what kind of folks were invited? Did you pick them out? Did they raise their hand and say, let us join? And are they just here, or are they virtually?
There's actually a lot of folks online. Last count I had was about 300 actually joined, and over 500 signed up. So
Watching
there's
the
gonna be
live
lots of people
webcast.
watching in
Okay.
replay, but about 300 watching live. And we have about 75 folks in the room today, and they come from mostly Philadelphia and Washington. They are mostly leaders in the nonprofit space in this area, and they were invited, and the room filled up in less than 2 days. So we were very happy.
So should they really do social media, or should they stick to other stuff? I mean, is there really, are we hyping this up, or is this really something that they should be thinking about?
I think, as has been discussed already in this event, it is, establishing what are your goals, what are your reasons for being there, who are you trying to reach, and are those individuals in this space? And if they are, it makes sense to be there.
And should everyone have a Scott? Can everyone be a Scott?
Everyone should.
I mean, what do you represent? What do you represent? You're kind of this effort to kind of put a face on the big company, to kind of talk and with much more informality about the good things that you're doing.
It's true. Well, Comcast is such a large company that I think a role such as mine is helpful to kind of to get it all down and distill it into a product that we can share with people. For a lot of these nonprofits, they're very small, 4 or 5 people, so they don't perhaps necessarily need a Scott on staff. But I think they can all be a Scott because
now
what
there
I
we
do
go.
is not too complicated. But don't tell my bosses. It's just common sense, sharing your passion, and really you'll succeed.
And I just want to know how much more energy would I get from these responses if you were eating already. All right, let's go eat. Bye bye.